Welcome to Aisha's Tutorials. Today we are going to look at an interesting topic in science for class 7, which is electricity. We are all fascinated by electricity, using electronics, the favorite of every child, electronic devices, or be it earlier electric cars, vehicles. So electricity is a very essential part of our life, and we are going to understand this concept today. So in electricity, first of all, you should know the most important part in electricity is electrical components, the electric cell. So you have always seen an electric cell. What is an electric cell? A battery. A battery is an electric cell. An electric cell is denoted by this symbol. Can you see this symbol? What is this symbol? This symbol denotes a battery. Yeah. And in this symbol you have two lines. One is a longer line and another one is a shorter line. The longer line denotes the positive. Always, have you seen a battery? In a battery, do you know there is plus and minus, positive and negative? The positive is denoted by a longer line and the negative is denoted by a shorter line. You should always remember this. You use a battery in your remote control. You use batteries in various toys, AC remotes, TV remotes, whatever remote it may be. So you should know the symbol, the denotion of a cell. A longer line is plus, shorter line is minus. Are you going to forget this?
No.
Thank you. So this is an electric cell. The longer line is positive terminal, shorter line is negative terminal. Second concept which we are looking at is battery. What is a battery? हम बोलते हैं battery dead हो गई, battery finish हो गई. Battery is actually scientific term for a number of cells. So in a remote control or anything also you put at least 2 cells. In various electric vehicles, toys also you put at least 4 cells sometimes you need. So that is a group of cells. That is a combination of cells is called a battery. So a single cell and a combination is a battery. You should know the denotion in science. Do you understand the difference between the two concepts? What is a cell and what is a battery? Okay. Right. So how will you connect to batteries? Everybody knows. If a small child connects batteries in the wrong manner, the vehicle or the remote control will not work. When you have positive and negative, you attach the next positive to this negative. If you don't do it in the right manner, your device will not work. So it's very important, positive to negative, and the next battery is also a positive and then negative. So that is a battery and a cell. Another important thing is a switch. Always you need a switch in an electric circuit, switch which you turn on or off. When the switch is off means the connection is not there, current will not pass through it. If the switch is on, the current will pass through. So denotion for this is switch off. You will have complicated circuits in front of you as questions. If you are attempting any Olympiad MCQ or any other competitive exam MCQ, you will have complicated questions. And if you don't know the meaning of these symbols, you will not understand what is to be done. So this is switch in off position. And this is switch in on position. When it is connected, when the circuit is complete. Are you understanding the denotion for a switch in on position?
Yes.
Okay. And the simple, a wire is denoted by a straight line. So these are the denotions. Electric bulb is denoted in this manner. Right? So this is the first slide which we complete, that is about the electric components. Next, we will see a circuit diagram. What is a circuit diagram? A circuit diagram is something which looks like this. And we have already seen the meaning of all these components. This is, can anybody tell me what is this? Yes, tell me what is this? What is this?
This is a switch.
Wrong.
Battery.
Means you are not paying attention. Battery is again the wrong answer.
It's a battery.
It's not a battery. Yes, it's a cell. Why is it not a battery? Because a battery is a
Battery has
combination of cells.
combination.
When there is a combination of cells, it's a battery. A single one is called a cell. So this is a cell. Then you will have the bulb and here you have the switch. Switch in on or off position. So bulb, you should know about a bulb too. What is a bulb? An electric bulb. What is the filament inside the bulb made of? Anybody?
Argon and nitrogen.
That is not the filament.
Zinc.
Not zinc. You can see on the board and tell me. No. Acha, okay. It's not. Yes. It's a tungsten filament. You must have seen a bulb has a small filament here. And if this filament, what happens actually is tungsten filament heats up and glows. So because of the high heat which it gets through electricity, it heats up and it glows, and that's how the bulb functions. If that tungsten filament breaks, the bulb will not work. You will have to buy a new bulb. Right? So that is tungsten, and the entire bulb is filled with a gas. Which gas is it? Generally an inert gas like argon or nitrogen. Is it clear what is a bulb? The filament glows and it works. Clear? So this is the electric bulb. Apart from the electric bulb, you must have seen these days we don't use the electric bulb so much. Do you use an electric bulb?
Yes.
Then what other devices, what other lighting devices do you use? Tube lights, yes. Then
Irons.
candlelight.
CFL.
CFL bulbs.
LED.
And LED bulbs, exactly, very good. So we are going to compare all these three right now too. First of all, understand heating effect of electric current, because when you are talking about a bulb, how is a bulb glowing? Because electric current generates heat, and because of this heat, the bulb is functioning. So there are many devices which work on heating effect of electric current. Can you tell me any device which when you turn on the electricity heats up or gives out heat? Very good. A geyser.
Gas.
And electric gas, electric heater, yes.
Iron.
Yes, iron.
AC sometimes gets heated up.
No, but that's not, that is actually inefficiency, because of which any device gets heated up. So every time electricity will result in heat generation, but what we are looking at is where heat is the requirement. Like an electric bulb also gets heated up.
Hair dryer.
Hair dryer too. Are you looking at it and saying the answers? No? Okay. Okay. How has this come here? Yes. Yes. So here you can see these are the devices which work on heating effect of electric current. When you have an electric bulb and an electric bulb is heated up, electric bulb is not supposed to heat up. That is wastage of electricity. If an electric bulb is heating up, it is wastage of electricity. So an electric bulb should not heat up. What are we looking at? You can't say that electric bulb is a device which works on heating effect of electric current. This will be the wrong answer. A device which is using heat. So these are the devices you can see which work on heating effect of electric current, where you need hot air to be thrown out, like an air dryer, a hair dryer, a geyser which makes the water hot, a kettle, electric kettle which makes water hot or makes tea. So all these are applications of heating effect of electric current, not the electric bulb, right? So what is meaning of heating effect of electric current? Wire gets hot and electric current passes through it, right? So a coil of wire which is used in these devices, like in an iron also there are wires inside, a heating element which is there inside here, not a bulb. So in these also there are applications, they have a coil of wire. That coil of wire is known as element. What will decide the heating effect? When will the heating effect be high or low? It will depend on the material which is used to make the wire. Are you understanding? It is based on three factors. What are the three factors on which heating effect of electric current is based?
Material, length, thickness.
That you can read here. But material length and thickness of what?
Oh.
Of? Can you tell me material length and thickness of what? Yes, tell me. Material length and thickness of what? Material length and thickness of?
The
wire which you are using, the element which you are using. The material which gets heated quickly will give you better results. So some materials get heated quickly, some materials do not get heated quickly. Then the length of the wire, more the length of the wire. And the thickness, how thick is the wire. So these three are the factors which decide the heating effect of electric current. Right? Then this is very important. In today's world, we know that we are not using incandescent bulbs to such an extent. We use either CFL or LEDs. The most efficient is?
LED.
Yes, exactly. LED is most efficient, but it is also costly. You can see the purchasing cost. Incandescent bulbs will be cheaper. This is costly, this is costlier.
Why?
But because it's the technology, it's costlier. But the operating cost is low. This will not last long. So operating cost will be high. This will last a little longer, but this will give you best results. It will last a longer time. So operating cost here is low. Right? You will have to cheap, ना बोलते ना सस्ता करे बार-बार and महंगा जो होगा वो करने होगा खर्चा एक बार. So this is the thing that here you will have to buy again and again. Here you buy once and it will work for a longer duration. Right? So lifespan you can see is high here. It is lowest here. And efficiency in terms of wastage of electricity. Where will wastage of electricity be highest? In amongst these three, where will wastage of electricity be highest? In incandescent bulbs. Waste. Electricity is wasted. Efficiency is low. CFL higher and highest is LED. Because as we saw, it gets heated up, the bulb gets hot. We don't want electricity wasted in heating up the bulb. Right? So this is about the three. And one thing which you should know in CFL, better than CFL is LED. CFL, which is compact fluorescent lamp. In this, the gas which is filled, the liquid which is filled inside, it's not a gas, it's liquid which is filled inside the CFL is mercury. Mercury vapors, actually vapors in gaseous form only, liquid in gaseous form. These mercury vapors, once you discard the CFL, this mercury will be in garbage dump, and it will mix with the environment, and mercury once goes into the environment causes harmful diseases. It's very harmful to humans as well as animals. So disposing of CFLs should be very careful with that. So this is important. Mercury is toxic. It should be disposed of safely. Right? And how does it work? Mercury atoms, when electrons bound to mercury atoms, when because of electricity they are excited, they release UV rays. And UV rays will then turn into visible light once they strike the fluorescent coating on the bulb. So compact fluorescent bulb. Right? The compact fluorescent lamp works on this principle. LED is the latest technology, LED which we have. LED is an electric bulb that produces light on passing electricity through semiconductor material. What are semiconductor materials which are used in all electronic devices today? Can you name any semiconductor material? Any element which is a semiconductor?
Diode.
Diode is made of which element? Silicon, germanium, these are elements which are semiconductors. So semiconductor materials are used to make this diode, which when electricity passes through them, they emit light, photons, and result in electricity being used to generate light. So that is the functioning in LED bulbs, and that is the most efficient, using least amount of electricity, giving maximum efficiency. Right? Yes. So incandescent bulbs, CFLs and LEDs. Lastly, you should also know about safety devices which are required, because when you are dealing with electricity, if there is high electric current which flows through a device or flows through the entire circuit connection in a particular premises, be it a house, an office, an institute, what will happen is short circuit or overloading, which may result in electric fire. And when there is an electric fire, you don't use water to extinguish that fire. Yeah, you use fire extinguishers, but you don't use water. That's very important. Fire that's not electric fire is different from the other fires which you have. Yes. So that can be used, but not water. So when there is excessive current flowing, when does this condition arise? There are two cases when overloading can take place. The first case, are you listening? The first case is short circuit. What do you understand by short circuit? Sometimes people who get angry very quickly are called इनका short circuit है.
Sometimes
Fuse उड़ जाता है इनका.
load get very up. The load get very
And that is different. When load is increased, when you are using a lot of devices at the same time and there is overloading. Overloading can result in, high amount of current passing through the wires and can result in electric fire.
The wire is
But the second thing is short circuit is when two wires get connected which are not supposed to. Sometimes insulation, you would see the wires which you have in your homes also. They have a coating, a plastic coating on them. If the coating comes off and two wires join when they are not supposed to get connected, then the current which will flow, it will result in short circuit. So that is called short circuit. So when a short circuit happens, means circuit it's becoming shorter. It had to flow through this, but because this wire is getting connected, there is a short circuit, and because of this, high current will flow through any device, and that may result in electric fire. So to avoid these two cases, you need to take safety measures, use safety devices, and there are two important safety devices which you should know about. And you must have heard of them, or at least you must have seen them. One is electric fuse. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
Electric fuse. Fuse उड़ जाता है. Then sometimes in your house the fuse goes off and it's completely dark. All the rooms are dark.
Yeah.
So what happens is in electric fuse, this is what you would generally see. And today also electric fuses are used for entire house. So what happens is electric fuse is made of a wire which will break easily, which will burn and melt and break. The wire is connected, means you have the entire circuit, but in between you have the fuse, which when very high current, there is a limit. If this much current flows, the houses, devices, everything, the electricity will function fine. But if there is high amount of electricity coming, that element which is used, the material which is used to make the fuse is such that the material will melt. And when the material in between melts, the circuit is broken. Circuit is broken means no current flowing through it. Your house goes dark, but you are safeguarded. You are safe, and because there was high amount of electricity passing, it is not allowing that to happen and an electric fire to be caught, but it is switching off your electric supply. So fuse उड़ जाता है. When such a things happen, you have to change this device. You call an electrician and call for a new fuse, get a new fuse, fix it, and your electricity supply will come back to normal. So this is in case of overloading. And you should remember this one important thing. Fuse is always connected to live wire. There are three types of wires. You must have seen. There are 2-pin plugs and 3-pin plugs. 2-pin plugs are live wire and neutral wire. And 3-pin plugs have earthing also. That is the third safety device which is used. So in heavy devices, like you may have an iron, or you may have a computer or something, or a TV, we have 3-pin devices. The third pin is extra pin which is connected to the earth. It is called earthing wire. Matlab, if there is high amount of electricity passing, the earthing wire will take the entire high amount of electricity to the ground. And you are safeguarded. So that is third way, third safety device. Earthing. And if you are using a fuse, fuse has to be connected to live wire, not neutral or earthing. Is this clear? But you must have also seen these presently. Have you ever seen this in your house or anywhere? What is this? This is called MCB. What is MCB? Miniature circuit breaker. It is mini. It's not a fuse, it is mini. And you will see in your house also there will be a group of these MCBs. What does that mean? What does that mean? That for each room, each place in your house, there is a separate MCB. So one trips. And this is having an advantage that this you will not have to call an electrician and replace the whole thing. If there is high amount of electricity passing, it will trip. On ka off ho jayega. So you safeguard your house wherever there is extra device or which you have connected, you remove it and switch it on again. And the device will work. So you will not have to change anything. So it's also a safety device which breaks the circuit, but it just trips. And you put it off, on again, it will work. So you are not kept stranded in the dark. You can easily fix this. So that is an MCB, and this is separate button, that separate switch given for every room, every area in the house. So these are miniature circuit breakers. They are mini and they break the circuit. That's why mini circuit breakers. Is this clear? So that's all we have for today. There are two other topics which are important. One is, of course, magnetic effect of electric current and electromagnetism, which we'll see further. So here you can see the wiring which is shown here. Live wire, neutral wire and earthing. Live wire is generally red in color. Neutral is black and earthing is green. So you should know this. So that is it. Thank you.